Welcome to New Possibilities. I speak truth to power without fear. So I'm back. This should be a very short hangout. I just wanted to talk about the Oscar nominations and Black people who've been nominated and different films that have been nominated as well. So you all can bear with me. I'm going to share my screen. I'm just going to hop right into it. Hopefully people will be able to join or watch it on the playback. Let me share my screen real quick. So I saw this article from Vanity Fair about many Black people being nominated for Oscars this year. And I want to take some time to talk about it, like talk about these films that have been nominated. And I want to hear from you. I want to find out if you all watched these films that are going to be mentioned. Now, I know a lot of people saw Black Panther, so we can talk about that as well. But this article points out how Spike Lee was nominated for Best Director for the first time for his 2018 film, Black Klansman. So that's the first thing I want to announce on here. You know, that's a great development. You know, Spike Lee is a veteran in the game. He's done so many great films, and he's been passed over so many times for Best Director. I mean, he's done great films like Do the Right Thing, Malcolm X. This points out that he did the documentary Four Little Girls. He also has a whole host of great films. I mean, Crooklyn, you know, so many classic films that this brother has produced. And it's just a shame that after all these years, he finally gets a nomination. He should have been nominated a long time ago. He should have been awarded an Oscar a long time ago. But this is a great thing that this film has been nominated. Also has been nominated in other categories, including, you know, Best Supporting Actor, Adam Driver, and Best Picture, which is incredible. I mean, this film, I saw it and I need to see it again, but it's a film that I watched it very late at night, so I actually fell asleep on the film, unfortunately. But the little bit that I did see was funny, very entertaining, and stuff like that. I mean, we could talk about the politics behind it, you know, in terms of the actual person that the film is focused on, you know, the fact that he was actually somebody that helped report on Black organizations back in the 70s or 60s or whatever. So that's a whole nother issue that deals with the politics of everything. But just from an artistic perspective, this film is a very good film. You know, I'm going to have to go back and see it again, but I encourage you all to support that film. It's a quality film. Also, Black Panther received quite a few nominations. It got a nomination for Best Picture, and that's something that's phenomenal. From what I understand, it's the first superhero film that's ever been nominated for Best Film. And what I want to do right now is Google Black Panther so that you all can just see images from it. I mean, you all are very familiar with Black Panther, but I just want to have some graphics up while we talk about this film. Yeah, so I mean, you all know that this is a great film. It's a thought-provoking film. You know, it's filled with action. We know that Black YouTube was on fire when this film came out. You know, a lot of people analyzing the film, talking about the characters. And you know that a film is well written when you have people actually rooting for the villain in the film and identifying with the villain in the film and actually having some resentment toward the hero character in the film. That tells you that you have a script that's well written, you know, that makes you identify with both people and also see the negatives aspects of both characters as well. And then you had strong images of Black women in this film, dark-skinned Black women. You know, usually in most mainstream films, you'll see like a Black woman is racially ambiguous. You know, those are the types of women that are featured as love interests or as the main characters in a lot of these films. But this is one of the exceptions to the rule. This film is extraordinary in the sense that it helped to instill African pride in our people. A lot of our people came out to the film dressed in African attire. It kind of reminded me of around Kwanzaa time when Black people wear African attire to celebrate African history. And then you have a story about a technologically advanced Black civilization, a Black nation. And, you know, I think that that imagery just instilled pride in our people. You know, many of us, you know, who are older, grew up in a time where most of the heroes were white. You know, most of the people you were taught to look up to were white men. And it's great that our young people today have a strong Black hero to look up to. And we all know the power of mythology and all that kind of stuff. Again, you know, there have been endless conversations about this film, Black Panther. It's a great film. You know, it's directed by Black people, you know, Black actors, Black costume designers, and all that kind of stuff. And one thing that I have to go back to when I talk about this film is just the hateration, to use Mary J. Blige's term, you know, that was on YouTube. You know, a lot of people just saw a 2-minute trailer and you had all these fake woke people trash the film before it even came out. And now these people have egg all on their face, you know, because this is a great film, you know, that presented positive images of African people. So I really hope that this film wins the Oscars, you know, but you know, it's probably an uphill battle given the other people, you know, the other films and other actors that are up for nominations. But still, this is a great development, and hopefully this will lead to the creation of more positive Black images and Black superheroes, Black kings and queens. Hopefully we will see more of that instead of more slave movies. You know, shortly after Django, you had all these slave movies come out and stuff like that because they saw that there was profit in talking about slavery and stuff like that. And hopefully they'll see that there's a market for Black superheroes, and that will cause them to create more of these types of films and more positive images of Africa, because again, this is a story about a vibrant, technologically advanced African civilization that goes completely against all the negative stereotypes that we have of Africa. You know, not too long ago, I was watching a documentary on Sierra Leone and just about the civil war that went on there, you know, just about the violence, the brutality, you know, the desolate nature of that country, you know, the extreme conditions, the violence, you know, the turmoil, the ruthlessness of the Civil War. And actually they talked about like cannibalism going on there. So that's the kind of image that they like to project for the world to see. You know, AIDS ridden and all that kind of stuff, filthy, sewage everywhere. That's the kind of image they like to paint of Africa. They always highlight the most negative countries, the most negative conditions in Africa, to project this image that Africa is a wasteland and stuff, a dark continent, an uncivilized place. But this film is one of the rare exceptions where you have positive images presented of African people. And for that reason, I'm glad to see that this great film has been nominated for an Oscar. So let me go back to this article. And they also indicate that if Bill Street Could Talk was nominated as well. So that's been nominated for Best Picture from what I see here. And also, I know that Regina King has been nominated for Best Supporting Actress for her role in that film. And I'm going to show some images from that film and just share some of my thoughts about it. Just bear with me 1 second. I meant to do this on my Facebook page, on my personal Facebook page, not the New Possibilities page, because some people asked my opinion about it, because I saw it a couple of weeks ago and I said that I was disappointed by the film, and people wanted to know what I thought about it. So in more detail, they wanted to know more details about my opinions about the film. And what I want to do is like briefly talk about what I think about the film right now. This is not going to be a full blown review, but I just want to share my thoughts about it. First of all, I agree that Regina King should receive that nomination. I agree with that decision to nominate her for an Oscar for her role in the film. She was great, magnificent performance. She's a great actress, and she deserves to be recognized for her work. And I'm glad that she has been nominated. One thing that I loved about this film is that it deals with Black love. It shows a Black couple. Like, rarely do you see romance films that deal with Black people. Rarely is Black love portrayed in a positive light in movies or on television. And this is one of the rare exceptions where you have a strong positive image of Black love and Black relationships. So that's one of the strong suits in this film. And then it has it features a dark-skinned woman as the love interest, a natural dark-skinned woman. So that's something that's commendable in and of itself, because again, as I said before, a lot of times the love interest is some light-skinned or racially ambiguous Black woman, if they have a Black woman at all. A lot of times it's a Black man in some relationship with a non-Black woman. So the mere fact that this film portrays Black love in a positive light, that's something great in and of itself. And then this film has great cinematography. That's something that has to be commended. Just the camera work. And there are great sequences in this film, great moments in this film where there's a lot of great dialogue, great actors, great cast. I was really impressed with the cast in this film. The only thing that I didn't like about this film was the fact that, how it concluded. I didn't like the way the plot was developed in the film, like the main plot dealing with, some charges against the male character in this film, the main lead male character in this film. I didn't like that. I didn't like how that was developed. And I didn't like how, even though this does have images of Black love, it's really not a film about Black love. Black love is like a side story to the main story going on in this particular movie. And the way they presented the plot, was the biggest problem. The movie was anticlimactic, and all that kind of stuff. So those are my only drawbacks with this film. But overall, I'll say that it's a good film that I would recommend. I don't think that people need to necessarily rush out to the movie theater to go see it. It's something that you can wait till it comes out on Netflix or Redbox or something like that. It's not something you have to rush out and go see. So that's what I have to say. But I love the imagery in the film, the positive image of a beautiful dark-skinned woman with her natural hair. This film has a strong Black family in it, a Black woman and her husband, in a united family and stuff like that. And they're real supportive of their daughter. So it's a great film in that respect, but it's just the plot, the way the plot unfolds, and the conclusion of the film was very disappointing, to say the least. So let me stop. Well, I'm going to go back to the article before I stop sharing my screen. Let's see. Who else was nominated? Hold on, bear with me 1 second. So I guess yeah, Terrence Blanchard got nominated for original score for Black Klansman. Terrence Blanchard is, you know, one of the best jazz artists out today. I mean, he's incredible. I mean, for those people that love jazz, you know, he is one of the best trumpeters, you know, that you will hear right now. So that's a great development. Let's see. I know there were a couple of other people that were nominated. Yeah, I know that the guy that Mahershala Ali got nominated for Best Supporting Actor, even though it's not mentioned here. If I'm not mistaken, that's the case, and that's positive. I haven't seen the film. I think it's called Green Book. I haven't seen the film. I know that some people criticize it for various reasons. You know, they say that he's basically Tommen in that film, but I don't know enough about it. I haven't seen it, so I can't really speak on that. But yeah, I just wanted to share my quick thoughts about these Oscar nominations, and let me tune in to y'all, see what y'all are saying in the chat before I sign out. Let's see, we got a few people who are here. I know it's late at night, man, so hopefully people are watching on the playback. So Gwendolyn said that she saw Black Panther a few times. Yeah, I saw Black Panther quite a few times myself, man. The first time I saw it, I got free passes. Like somebody hooked me up with a chance to see it before it even was released in movie theaters. Then after that, I saw it with my daughter. Then I saw it, you know, multiple times on Netflix and stuff like that. It's a great film. Like, there are only certain types of films that I love to watch like that I'll watch multiple times, and that's one of them. But I definitely had to watch Black Klansman again because I fell asleep on that, and I hate the fact that I fell asleep on it. Let me just check in with y'all real quick to see if y'all can. Can you all hear me okay right now? Because when I look at the screen, it looks like it's frozen. My internet is frozen or something. So if you can let me know by hitting 1 if everything's okay. It's just a couple of people tuning in. There may be a problem with my internet. So BB, can you hear me? Gwendolyn, can you all hear me? Can you throw up the 1? Okay. All right, cool. Y'all can still hear me. All right, so let's see. I'm gonna go through the comments before I sign out. So Christopher said, I'm a big science fiction fan, and I'm going to make sci-fi and fantasy films to portray Black people in positive representation. Yeah, I love Black, you know, I love sci-fi, and I think that there needs to be more Black sci-fi films and stuff like that, and fantasies and stuff. One book that I need to read is the Kindred. You know, that's the next book that I'm going to read, and that's a Black sci-fi book. I'm going to read that next. I'm reading this other book. Once I finish that, I'm probably going to read Kindred next. But yeah, that's something that we need more of. We need more positive Black, you know, superheroes and sci-fi films and stuff like that. Yeah, BB mentioned Octavia Butler. Yep, she wrote Kindred. Yeah, that's definitely a book that I have to read. That's next on my list. Yeah, BB said Bill Street is a good movie, but sad. It had a sad ending. And she said, as usual, we never get the happy ending except for Django. Yeah, now Django had a good ending and all that kind of stuff. You know, I did a video years ago criticizing that film for a wide range of reasons, which I won't get into now, but it did have a positive ending. I will say that. Oh, so BB said Green Book was good. I got to check that out. I wonder if that's still playing in the theaters. If so, I may check it out when I get a chance. Yeah, it's possible that Black Panther will probably win one of those technical type of awards, that special effects or something like that. I haven't. I got to look at the full list of all the nominations, but it may win something like that. It's unlikely that it'll win Best Picture, but if it does, that would be awesome. That would be great. All right, so everybody can hear me okay. That's cool. Shout out to Kong Skull Island. Oh, so BB said it's still playing in major cities. So I'm going to have to check that out. But anyway, I want to thank you all for tuning in. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. Peace and blessings to each and every one of you.